Hello, Dani here, and today I'm gonna be talking about The Marvels by Brian Selznick. I probably mentioned it, I did mention it in the March book haul I did, that I bought this book only because I really like the cover. Which is really weird because I never ever bought a book just because of the cover. But I did it with that one, and also because of the illustrations. I'm gonna go get to that in a second. So yeah, I went to the bookshop because I like just browsing in a bookshop. Can't afford anything, so just browsing, and I saw this. It was on a table, a display table, and I saw that. And it just looked so pretty with the blue and then just the gold. It's like a ship and all, and it was so pretty, so I had to have a closer look at it, and I did. And I opened it and all I saw was illustrations, and I was like, because usually I would not read a book that is that fat. So I saw it was good, loads of illustrations, and as an artist myself, this really spoke to me. Just alone the illustrations and the cover and the golden part of the book. It's all golden around. So that alone made me want to have it. So I was trying to figure out what it's about, but it doesn't say anything in the back. The back is other magazines and publishers speaking about the book. So it actually says it on here. It's also really pretty, just that alone without the cover. It's just a blue book with a little golden picture, and it says, "You either see it or you don't," and that's actually a main phrase in the whole book. It's actually the book. And on the side it just says The Marvels, the publisher, the writer, and the back is just that. So it's really pretty just without the cover, but I love the cover, so I'm always going to keep the cover on. So then obviously I wanted to know what the book's about, and I'm just going to read from the inside. The book's so heavy, it's really hard to like go through it. In this magnificent reimagining of the form he originated, two standalone stories. The first in nearly 400 pages of continuous pictures, the second in prose together, creating a beguiling narrative puzzle. The journey begins on a ship at sea in 1766 with the boy named Billy Marvel. After surviving a shipwreck, he finds work in a London theatre. There his family flourishes for generations as brilliant actors until 1900, when young Leontis Marvel is banished from the stage. Nearly a century later, Joseph Jervis runs away from school and seeks refuge with an uncle in London. Albert Nightingale's strange beautiful house, with its mysterious portrait and ghostly presence, captivates Joseph and leads him on a search for clues about the house, his family and the past. A gripping adventure and an intriguing invitation to decipher how the two narratives connect. The Marvels is a loving tribute to the power of the story from an artist at the vanguard of creative innovations. So as it says, 400 pages. It's just pictures, so the whole first story is... That is the whole first story, all in pictures. I'm not going to go more into detail because it's spoilery. But they're really pretty, like it all pencil sketches. So that alone is just really pretty. So that is one story, which also it says is playing in 1766. And then we have the written story, playing in 1990, or starting in 1990. And the written part basically just that. So it's really not a lot. Goes from 392 to 603, so it's not that much. And actually, given the fact that I only bought that one because of the cover and the illustrations, the story is actually pretty cool. And I don't usually spend $16.99 on a book. And I don't really buy hardcovers either, but I had to get that one just for the book. So I'm not really getting into the illustrated story too much. It's really just one you have to go through. If you want to read it, go through and just get the story from the pictures and look at how nice they're drawn and everything. And the written story, as it said in the description, is about a boy who runs away from his school in Liverpool, and he just basically takes a train or whatever and goes down to London. And because he found out he's got an uncle he's never met before, so doesn't even know where he lives. So he meets Frankie, and Frankie figures out, like, he knows the name of his uncle, and Frankie's like, oh, that's the guy who's like really weird. And he's like, just follow the ship. And it's actually, he's got a ship on his house. So I think it's the one that points northwest and all that. And so Joseph meets his uncle, and he is kind of really weird, and he doesn't invite any people to his house, and his house is really mysterious and all this. And throughout the whole story you just like kind of figure out the mysterious thing, what it's all about. And like if you see the pictures, if you went through all the pictures, you will realize how much is connecting both, especially like as it is on here. The ship, the Kraken as it's called, is in both stories, and it all connects. It just like, at first, for me at least, I went through the illustrated part of the story, and I didn't get everything. I mean, I got the main thing, but I didn't really realize all the details. And once you start reading the written stories, you just like kind of figure out everything, like, oh, that's okay. So it all connects, so in the end it will all be revealed, and everything is gonna be, you know about everything, and everything's gonna be clear to you. What I love about this book is just the whole mysterious thing, because Joseph just wants to find out about his family, about his past, his family tree, and slowly with Joseph you figure out things, and it's just so great to just, you don't know anything, and it just finally reveals itself, and everything's so mysterious and different and weird. And then it just all connects and comes together, and it's just great. And it has a massive twist, and that is awesome. I didn't see that coming. It's like, you just slowly figure things out. There's just a twist, and it's great. I'm not going to get into that one because it would just make the whole reading experience bad. So I would definitely recommend this, even though I didn't actually pick it up for the story. But it turns out the story is actually pretty cool, and I definitely recommend it just for the way the book's done. It's like a massive book, but most of it's illustrated. So even if you don't really like reading big massive books like me, because it will take me forever to read a book that is like 600, 700, 800 pages long. Most of the time I don't even try to touch it. I know I have some book series where the stories get longer, the books get bigger. I will get through them eventually. But in the end it's really just a few hundred pages to read, so you will get through them as well. And it's kind of not really tiny written either, so you get through it easily. So if I can do it, you can do it. But yeah, definitely pick this up if you like the style and if you like illustrations and mysterious stories, because it is really kind of cool. So yeah, I definitely recommend this. The only thing, spoilerish, well, it's not really a spoiler, the only thing I'm going to reveal about it is that the drawings are actually part of the story. Like, it's not just illustrated because for the sake of it, it actually is part of the story, so it is being drawn by one of the characters. But I'm not gonna say any more of that. But that's the cool part as well, because everything just connects at some point, even if it confuses you in the beginning and it doesn't, not everything's clear, it will all connect and you will find out everything about all the questions you have. And yeah, that I don't want to get into it too much. I don't want to get too spoilery and reveal like all the things. It's really cool. I really absolutely loved it, and I still love the cover. I still love the book, and I still love the illustrations, and it actually is a really good story. So I'm actually glad I picked it up, and I don't regret it. But yeah, again, just look at that really nice cover. It's very shiny now with the light, but it's so nice with the gold. And the illustration is so nice. And then you can just, it turns right, it goes into the illustrated part, and it's so cool. I do really like that. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now because it's terrible, I'm repeating myself. So yeah, definitely pick it up. I would recommend it. So I'm gonna stop here and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.